Hey people, what's going on? See, it's about 12:30. Today is, what's today? Thursday. Today's Thursday, maybe the 3rd of October. Okay, so I want to get on and talk about this thing that I heard someone says planes fly, right? And at first I was like, what are they talking about? Really all that means is that it works, right? Because planes fly. Like, I think it was the Wright brothers that created the plane, right? And so, you know, they engineered it so propel it, get it into the air, and it stays up there, right? So it works. They just figured it out. So I was thinking about, okay, so how does that apply to health and fitness, right? So the thing is that like diet and exercise work. They work. Sometimes you have a hard time finding which path it is that is going to work for you because people are individual, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. But you still can try. So, you know, diet and exercise, they work. You got to find what works for you. Sometimes it is a little bit of trial and error, which is not, hey, Angelin, which is not, you know, the most fun part of it, but you just gotta like invest the time to figure out what works for you. And the thing is that there are a plethora of diets and there are a plethora of exercise programs that you can do and you can try, but at the end of the day, like you got to figure out what's going to work for you, because we don't all enjoy running. Like I hate running and I hate cardio. I used to run a lot because I refereed basketball, but that was different. It was active and there was something going on to keep my attention. But just to like go out and go on a 3-mile run, like I'm not your girl. I just don't enjoy that. I hate it. I get bored. I start, you know, thinking crazy things, and I actually start counting my steps because like that's how much I actually just despise running. If I need to run for my life in a situation, sure, fine. But to go run for enjoyment, it's not something that I'm going to do. I'm just not going to do that. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to do that. So, you know, everything is not for everyone, but, you know, figure out what works for you. What works for me may not work for you. It may not work for the next person. What works for them may not work for you. So, you know, find what you enjoy and find what you can be consistent at. And, you know, the thing is that, you know, a lot of times when you're trying to get started or you're going through this process of trying to figure it out, you know, you feel like you're too out of shape, and you feel like if you go to a gym that people are going to stare, and you feel uncomfortable. But I guarantee you that those people at that gym are not thinking anything about you being there. Like a lot of times thoughts are, okay, that person's here doing work, doing a workout, and they're doing great. They're here. And like, that's it. A lot of people are so engulfed in their own workout and their own exercise routine that like they really don't care what you're doing. You know, I mean, sometimes people watch, but people watch all the time everywhere. If you go to the mall, people are people watching. So, you know, don't let that deter you from going and getting started. Running is torture, Thomas. Yes. I totally agree. You know, but like getting started on an exercise program, like just go and do something, you know, go and do it. And don't think that people at the gym are thinking about you or concerned with you, because I guarantee like they're occupied with their own program and what they're doing. So they don't care that you're there. Like it's great that you're there, and they probably will be encouraging of you being there, but they don't care. Like, you know, people at the gym, they're in their own world doing their own thing. So it's not, you know, it's not like they really have time to be concerned about how you look or what you're doing while you're there. So get rid of being too out of shape. Like that's what a gym's for, is to get in shape. You don't get in shape before you start a fitness program. Your fitness program is to help get you in shape. So keep that in mind when you're starting. Like people don't care that you're there. Go there, do your work, get it done, and get out. And just on to the next thing that's on your schedule. So let that go. And a lot of times people always think like when they've tried and failed before, especially like with dieting and dieting for weight loss, when they've tried and failed, they think that like they don't have the willpower. And so if it comes up again that you're trying to get to a goal and you need to start a new program, then you think, I don't have the willpower. It doesn't work. I've tried before and failed, and, I don't deserve this, and, it's not going to work. And that like, sugar cravings are getting the best of you. And, so you have all these thoughts that are, they're barriers to your success, right? So you got to figure out how it's going to work for you to get rid of all that negative thinking. And, it's not always about willpower. We put a lot of weight on willpower, but it's not always about willpower. It's about taking consistent action steps, right? So if you get up and go to the gym, you're doing what you need to do. If you get up and eat breakfast, you're doing what you need to do. If you drink water every day, you're doing what you need to do. If you cook a healthy dinner most nights, you're doing what you need to do, right? And so you don't have to live on salad to have a good, substantial diet that's going to get you the results that you want. And it's not necessarily about willpower. It's just about doing the next right thing that is what's going to work for you. So, eat breakfast every day, manage your calories, track them somewhere, write your food down so that you can look at it and assess what's going on and where you need to make changes. And so, it's a little bit about habit forming, but it's not always about willpower. I don't even have a good analogy for that, but, doing the next right thing, if you can put your focus there, doing the next right thing is what's going to help you get to your goal. So, sugar cravings, like in my professional opinion, when you crave things, your body needs it. So, people think, oh, sugar cravings are going to be the death of me. But, the thing is really that like your brain runs off glucose. Glucose is sugar. So your body needs sugar for your brain to work and function. All food is broken down into sugar so that our body can use it. So, your body needs that. And so if you're having overwhelming sugar cravings, maybe instead of restricting it from yourself so much, you give yourself a little bit every day through, good whole food sources like, fruit and root vegetables and stuff like that, rather than, eating ho-hos and bonbons all the time. And by giving yourself a little bit every day over the course of time, your body will adapt to it and it will help your sugar cravings go away. Sugar cravings are also a sign that your body needs fuel or food. And so maybe it's that you're not eating enough food in total and you need to like increase your caloric intake. To do that, you have to track your food. So willpower and things that get in your way are not necessarily the culprits. It's just that you've got to start doing some things that are going to help you out. Tracking your food is one of those. You can make adjustments. You can, how many calories that you're taking in. It's not about eating better or eating healthier, because what is that? I mean, what does that mean to you? Eating healthy to me means that you eat a whole food diet and you include fruit and root vegetables, and you don't do a lot of processed, and you eat saturated fat versus unsaturated fat. That's what healthy is to me. But healthy to some people is no carbs and no sugar. And healthy to someone else is, a low fat diet. And healthy to someone else is, a high fat diet or a keto diet. So healthy is different to everyone's own interpretation of it. And so that's why I'm a stickler for like, find what works for you, but write it down, track it, do those right things. And then you'll see that planes really do fly, because you'll start to make progress and have some results. And that in itself is what's going to keep you motivated to keep going. And then you'll eliminate those feelings of it not working and you failed before it and you can't do it and you don't deserve it and you're not worthy and all of that. And it'll just go away, because you're going to feel better because you're doing something of what you should be doing to get you where you want to go. So I hope that helps a little bit. If you want someone to work with you on your diet and fitness, I'm here to help. You can send me a private message. If you have specific questions, you can ask me those too. I don't mind answering at all. I'm here to support you in your goals and get you where you're trying to go. So just remember that planes do fly, and diet and exercise does work. Put in the time and the effort to find what works for you. All right. Hope that helps. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.